Please, you were coming from the...
Yeah, we're coming from the National Stadium, and upon getting to Ibu Square, the police came after journalists, asked the Commissioner of Police, led by Bennett Igwe, the FCT Commissioner of Police, asking police to arrest journalists. Since I didn't commit any crime, I was covering protests, and he asked them to arrest me. And he personally collected my phone, my mobile phone. My mobile phone is still with him right there. And it took the intervention of other journalists around that told him called the attention of the other officers that this is the chairman of Nigeria Union of Journalists. He should not be taking. He's covering protests. So I don't know why police are trying to suppress press freedom while we are carrying out our constitutional duty. This is unfair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Never move 5 now. Lomo lowo nisi. Ta ko yo won o. To de pe ko si rice 200 naira. Rice ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 300. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ko mo yo. Tomo to wa jo mo jo njeun a jẹ rice 400 lórí ìjókòó. Ko ba wa be president yo. To àwa la fi boyan wọ́n. To ra wa wà nínú àwọn tó jáde lọ dìbò. Ṣùgbọ́n tá expect ni wípé ìbò ìdórí ipò wọn ó máa rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn. Kán jọ torí Ọlọ́run kán ti wọ àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké yìí tó ń bọ̀ kán ti wà ńlẹ̀ kán jọ kán bá wa wá nǹkan ṣe sí nǹkan ti wọ́n jù gàrí ò ṣe é rà gàrí ike gàrí ti lọ bí 2000 something kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí láti gbé mi ti darí. I'm now 64 years now.
Making them know that I actually voted Tinubu because I saw him to be a mature-minded person with monies and with all he has. So, but I'm just surprised, honestly, I'm just surprised to see him acting the way he's acting.
So guys, this is the latest 247. So this is another video for the protest that is happening on the 1st of August 2024. Now, with what you are seeing now, you're seeing a lot of people complaining about what is happening in the country. Those that said, they actually voted Tinubu. I voted Tinubu. You saw what the last man just said. I voted Tinubu. And I voted it because I thought this and this and this and that. And now I'm surprised at what he's doing. Can you imagine that? Now look at the other woman as well that I played the video earlier. No, the Yoruba woman that was speaking. She also voted Tinubu and she's surprised at what is happening. That gari is now so and so. Rice is now so and so. With 300 naira, you can't even feed a kid. You know, some kids, even 400 naira, they will finish it. And they will still not be okay. You know, and look at the other guy talking about the police harassing them, harassing journalists at this point. Seized his phone. Now, this goes to show you that things are not going the way that people expect or people planned and people thought it would go. Look at now, even the CAN is about having problem with the Catholic bishops. The CAN members, the CAN in Ekiti, they are saying, okay, that they do not support the protest, that people should work with the government to resolve the issue. They are failing to recognize the fact that things have gotten out of hand, but people should be careful. People should just cooperate with the government, you know, come to a round table talk and resolve the issue. This has been going on for a long period, and no one issued a statement. And then suddenly now, CAN is issuing a statement. Now, however, the problem is now coming from is the fact that the Catholic bishops have decided to go a separate way. They are going with what is happening with the community. They are going with what is happening with their fellows, their members. They recognize the fact that there's an issue in the country. The financial situation is in turmoil, it's scattered, and that is, I don't even know what grammar to use at this point. I'm confused. The decisions the government is making is not helping anybody. People are suffering, people are hungry. And the Catholic bishops have come out to say point blank. To protest, according to the Constitution, is a civil responsibility, or is a civil right, or how will I even put it, that people have the right to protest, so they should protest if they want to. And they wouldn't have protested if everything was okay. The Catholic bishop issued their own statement that the protest that has been planned or the protest that has been carried out now wouldn't have been a thing if the people were okay. If the economy was running fine and people were okay, they wouldn't have gone to protest. So this is not a case of trying to cover it up and say, okay, just talk to your people should just not protest, let's dialogue with the government will work it out, give the government 3 more years, 4 more years, 7 more years, and no. People are hungry right now. And like you said, a hungry man is an angry man. There's this video that I posted in the last one. If you didn't watch the last one I dropped, which is number 4 for the nationwide protest in Nigeria, go watch it. You see Adino Malaya was even saying something about, or was it on that one? Or maybe I didn't even post it on that one. Adino Malaya was saying, okay, maybe I should just include it on this one. Adino Malaya was saying, that the government should do something. It can't continue like this. You can't bamboozle people, you can't threaten people and expect them to cooperate. Yes, you can force them to cooperate for a little while. You can force people to cooperate for a little while, but eventually they are going to flare up. And it's going to be a disaster, because when the flare up is going to happen, you might not be prepared for it. And that was the same thing I was trying to warn them back, in the first post I did about this protest. The government was running helter-skelter trying to prevent the protests, with the military, with the police, the paramilitary, the bishops, the traditional rulers, and everybody. If you try to force it down their throat and prevent it from happening without actually providing solution, eventually it is going to break out. The pressure will be high and the protests will break out. And by then you will not be prepared. So do you think the Catholic bishops are actually right? Siding the people who are saying, okay, if you want to protest, protest. But of course, actually, according to the statement, they actually want people not to go against the law and order, not to break laws, not to vandalize properties and everything like that. They should just do it within the law. They are allowed to protest, but they shouldn't, go haywire. That if they know that they cannot control, if they know that they cannot maintain their stance, to make sure that the protest is peaceful, then they should not do it. So they're actually explicitly describing what they stand for. However, the CAN, which is supposed to be like the body of Christians, the general Christian body, they are saying, no, we should go and protest. And we understand. We understand because they're supposed to be Christ-like. But unfortunately, when you look at it, you say, okay, if these people you are trying to say you should not protest, be Christ-like, we don't want trouble, but they are not eating. They don't have food to eat morning, afternoon, and night. What do you think is going to happen? It will get to a point whereby the anger will well up. And when the anger well up, they are going to begin to vandalize things. They are going to have a lot of criminals. Now, at that point, all your preaching, your religion, Christianity, and everything you are preaching will not be entering their head. Because then they will just be looking for something to eat. So armed robbery will increase. Even now that we are still complaining about insecurity in the country, where kidnapping is happening, because people that are kidnapping are actually looking for money. But unfortunately, they are also brutal, that if you don't give them money, they will kill you. So imagine when even people that are being kidnapped, if you get to a point whereby they themselves, they are broke, what do you think will happen? They themselves will also turn to kidnappers. And those that cannot do kidnapping, they will be stealing directly. Broad daylight, people will be stealing from other people. So even when they still have something to eat, when you think that the economy is okay, people are still stealing. Now imagine now that the economy is so dastardized and bastardized, and people are going to bed hungry every day. You think you can stop them from stealing? Yeah, you can arrest. You arrest as much as you want, but they will still continue to steal. They will still continue to beat people. They will still continue to rob people and harass people. So is that what anyone wants? Of course, no. And that is why they want the country to work. They say end bad governance. Now, it's now dependent on the president. People are still expecting the president to at least give a speech. Come and tell them, okay, this thing is happening now. It's going beyond the expectation. Let's stop it. This is going to be arranged. This is going to be arranged. We are holding this meeting. We are holding that meeting. Like, especially what I think is going to stop this protest, like even Brother Kaman said one time, was if you just come and even say, okay, fuel price has been reduced. Now, people would continue to hold on that fuel price, because what the government said was that they are removing subsidy, and that was why the fuel price was increased. Good and fine. But then we later found out that they are still paying subsidy. So you can see how people think they are being fooled. People think, so this government is actually fooling with us. They talk to their fools. They told us that the subsidy is gone. Subsidy is gone. They've removed subsidy. But yeah, the government is still paying subsidy. And yet we are buying petrol at a higher price. People was at day before yesterday, we are buying petrol for about 1,000 something. Black market. Because filling stations that we are supposed to sell the petrol, they are selling to the black market sellers. And the black market sellers are selling for 1,000 to 1,300. Now, for you to get the petrol, for you to get fuel cheap at 700, 600 or something, you have to go and queue in the top filling stations like the Totals or the NNPCs. You have to queue for long hours. And a lot of them also, they are supposed to sell. They are selling over to other filling stations. Those that will get their allocations, they will sell it to another filling station that is not a known brand, so that those ones can increase the money.